Hey guys, happy Splasher here. Good morning. It is 7/10/2021. Right now we're going to be doing some Dark Tower and then also some Divine Arena, League, and then Journey. Not in that particular order, but yeah, let's do what we can. All right, so the first thing we want to do is make sure we have everything set up. We had some things already taken care of, so we have our Spider Queen over here, and then we have our Gleedy Pet equipped as well, so no need to be worried about that. Now, currently, we have two more attempts in the Dark Tower. We need 5 wins, as each win here is half a star. We're at the 5.5 star mark, and we have about a day or so to get it done. And if we don't, we'll just spend some more gems. All right, let's get into it. All right, taking a look at their warlord, seeing that they have damage to all of our units. Has the summon 2 archers here, and then give an attack boost to order units on their side for 1 turn. They don't have a pet, so that's good for us in terms of skills. Let's see what we want to do here. We summon this unit because it has a health boost to all of our units at the end based on every female on our side. Also deals damage at the beginning of the turn for every unit we have. And then we have a silenced male units. This unit here is male, so that is why we also silenced it too. So just a whole bunch of good reasons to summon this here. We summon this unit because it gets an attack boost for every nature unit on our side of the field. There should be at least one here. Nope, this is order. Is this one order too? Ah, I keep on forgetting about the type. Well, it combos at least with herself, and at the very least, it also has a little bit of health, and it's a female too, as you can see from the symbol, so it will combo off with this unit here. We're going to be a little greedy and wait for our one more unit to be wounded, as we see that this unit has a lot of protection because of this unit's health. Once we get one more unit on the field, we'll do our destruction skill, and then we'll go for game. So damage, damage, damage is floating. All right, well, we'll do our skill, and then we will. All right, so we missed lethal by a little bit, but we have damage in 3 lanes. They need to deal 300-ish damage here, which I severely doubt that they'll be able to do. All right, so 1 win down. Have legendary chests as rewards, so that's good. And as you can see here, we have an increase in the rewards that we're getting. All right, let's move on to the next one here. High health is no good. We're going to be seeing units that are pretty big. So just a lot of health, and whenever one of their units dies, we'll give health back there. We're just summoning this building because it has reflection damage back to the warlord. It's not going to matter too much. It also has this extra healing of our units once another unit dies. Gonna try and give this protection. Cannot do that. Not a problem. We summon this unit because it deals damage to a random chaos unit. This unit behind it was chaos. That's why we did that. Although right now, this unit has double attack because that other chaos unit did die. This unit over here, when it dies, it deals damage to one of our wounded units. So we're in a pretty big bind right now. Probably going to have to use our destruction skill early because we can't deal with this 458 unit. And see here, attack deals from 47. we'll go for health at the end. The reason why we're doing this is because this warlord still has their silent skill, and that silent skill is going to get rid of pretty much any of our boosts and our skills. So that is why we did that. So there, there. Don't really have a lot of good options right now, especially since all their units are pretty high in health and attack. Right, still haven't done the silence, but we also have to deal with this unit here that gives miss to another one of our units when it comes into play. Probably just gonna have to. Yeah, there's too much damage that's gonna occur from this unit and this unit alone. Okay, got one more attempt, 4 more wins. Still gonna lay off on the guild boosts that we normally do. You just wanted to do one clean run and see how far we'll get, and then we'll go from there. Right, taking a look at the warlords. So they have the heal, the silence, and the stones with the heal. They have a pet over here that gives plus health to their units, and then plus health to their warlord whenever a melee unit kills on their side. 84, just doing some math. I'll put it at 168. 68 and 16, 182. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so we're going to do our in-game boost in order to give this a stat boost. And then we're going to summon this unit. It has double attack. And so we're now able to get rid of this unit here. Next turn, we'll probably end up summoning a ranged unit with some support. We can attack this and get rid of that. We'll place this behind the building over here. And we're not so concerned about the toxin that it has right now that makes it lose attack because they still have their silent skill. So eventually this will just revert back to a normal unit. Ah, Mina once again. All right. Gotta get rid of this unit now because it deals that extra damage whenever we attack them or their warlord. So let's see what we do here. We got that. We're just summoning this unit over here just to get some extra damage in. At the end of the turn, once this unit is then frozen, it'll turn its health to 1, and then the poison will then destroy this here. But like I said, we're taking a lot of damage just from those attacks alone. Interesting. All right, so combat damage will take care of that. We're going to be summoning our building over here so that we'll get some protection in the lane. Still waiting for them to do their silence, which they eventually do. So now we don't have to worry about our other units being affected. They now did the stones too. We're normally waiting for the stones to come up first and then do the poison, but since we have our building, we can just wait the turn and then let the damage be done to the stones and then the other units. Or that is unfortunate. They summon this unit with transform to our units over there. It makes most sense. Got damage, damage, damage. All right, so it says I summon this unit because it summons these rotters at the end of the turn in our melee cells. It will allow us to block for some damage. Also, when these rotters die at the beginning of the turn or during the middle of the turn, they will deal damage to another unit. So that will allow us to set up for some board wipes if needed, which is pretty much right now. So we'll do that and see what makes the most sense. I guess we'll Yeah, we'll opt for damage. And then we will also summon this unit here. It gives Mental Shield to 2 of our units. Give a little bit more protection. I also just want to deal as much damage as we can right now in case Mina or some other weird thing comes on play. If they summon a scrap, the unit that does double attack, steals attack, then we're pretty much going to be screwed anyway, so we might as well just go in for the damage now. So we got that. I'm just summoning this building here because of the high health. Also, it gives extra attack to our units twice for every unit that does die. So that will allow for these rotters to trigger for double attack. And then it also deals a little bit of extra damage at the beginning of the turn. Hey, we can do it again. Let's attack that. No, we'll just go for some extra damage over here. We have this unit that gives miss to their units for a turn, and then when it dies, it gives negative attack. Just doing this now so that we can stop this unit from attacking. It comes out with these elementals at the beginning or at the end of the turn, and they create frost runes. But since our board is pretty much filled up because of these extra summons, we don't have to worry so much about that. So we got that. I think we're good just strictly on damage. Just making sure they don't have any death triggers, which they don't. Just going for damage. And there we go. All right, some more legendaries. Okay, 3 more. Wow, that's some high health. All right, well, we'll do what we can. All right, so again, see silence. Stones here with the heal and the other heal. They have the pet that gives an attack boost to their units, and then another attack boost whenever one of their ranged units kills. See what makes the most sense here. We just summoned this unit because it has flight. It has a decent amount of health right now. It gives reborn, but that's not really going to matter because of that silence that is still going to threaten our units. I summon this unit just because of the higher health, so that when the silence does occur, their stats aren't going to change that much. This unit here, it steals attack from our units except nature, so that actually helps us here because this unit is nature. As you can see, you click on there and you see the faction that it's a part of. You got that. Field attack over there. And again, right now, this unit is still stealing attack from us. Wonder if they might not actually do their silence because this unit doesn't do anything. We summon this unit for the extra damage that it deals based upon the number of units that we have currently in play. Allowed us to deal the splash damage over to kill this building and this unit, and then also some extra damage over here. And they did the same thing to us. And we just got attacked for 934 damage. That is not good. All right, we are pretty much toast here. Did not expect them to summon their own Strick. So that was pretty surprising. All right. Well, we will check back into Dark Tower tomorrow. We're currently out of attempts. We'll do some stuff offline, and we have 3 more to get within the next day or so. So we'll check back in then. All right, the next thing we want to do here is the Divine Arena. As you can see, we do have one that is available. All right, let's check it out. So we have a Trixie on the left side here. We have a white Shaman on the right side, telling us what's going to happen in the flavor text. So we're going to be able to double attack twice. And then over here, what does fate provides? I don't know. I have no idea what that means. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, just taking a look at their building. So deals damage for every unit that is, or when it comes out to play, deals damage to us, and then start of turn gives plus attack to their units. I got spikes, you got totems, reflection, that means damage back to our warlord, and then plus attack boost to nature units. So let us see what makes sense. All right, well, we'll start with a unit that has high health. And since they actually have this spikes skill here, we're going to just deal the damage to their warlord first. Once they do activate the spikes, we're then going to summon units along this line so that they won't be destroyed by these spikes. We summon this building because it gives an attack boost to our chaos units and then deals some damage at the end of the turn. We don't mind if this unit dies because eventually it's going to die by the spikes. So we've got that over there. Damage over there. I'm placing this building in front of this building so that it gets a little bit of protection. And this unit gets pretty large. Whenever mental shield disappears from itself, it gives mental shield whenever one of our units dies. So that is why we are concerned about that. Could do that. That. Still a little too early. Gotta get rid of this unit now because of otherwise the mental shield and the counter attack is going to pretty much destroy yours. So we'll do our boost and then we'll do our destruction skill to actually get rid of the shield here. And then also this building. I have just miscalculated. That is no good. All right, so we got that damage. Why did one of our units die? That was so weird. It says enemy death. That was okay. All right, fair enough. All right, so this is going to get mental shield again because it's going to destroy this building. This is going to attack. Might have to restart this. Yes, I am going to have to restart. All right, not a big deal. But we do know that this is going to be a large threat because of the constant mental shield that it gives back to itself. Right, so once again, we'll start with the unit that has high health. And we need to force the spikes first so that then we can have our units be they don't have to take extra damage. Got over there. Might as well give them some support. So we're just summoning this ranged unit now because it gives plus health and plus attack to our chaos units when they come into play. Do want to force the spikes, which we end up doing. Deals 33, so when this unit does do its double attack, it will be destroyed by its own damage. Give extra chaos over there. See what makes sense. We have damage. All right, so right now just a whole bunch of damage. We also have that same building, the one that deals damage whenever a unit dies. All right, they summon the totem with reflection. That'll actually help us out against the spikes here. All right, the metal shields. Summon a building to block for damage. And then at the end of the turn, the damage was dealt to their units, so we can now actually get rid of these. Let's see, got that over there. Yeah, we'll get rid of their units now. Yeah, we'll get rid of their units now. Right, so some damage over there. Still want to get rid of this unit, so we'll summon this over here. Next turn, we're going to be putting our building to defend this line. Hopefully we won't take any more damage, serious damage. All right. All right, so we'll place our building. When it comes into play, it gives negative attack to all units. All right, so we're going to do our summons to block for damage, and I think this might actually be good here. So this unit gets an attack boost for every chaos unit on our side of the field, and comes into play with double attack, and there we go. All right, we'll do the white shaman side now. All right, taking a look at their skills. Has plus attack to chaos units, kills all wounded units on our side, and then does the extra summons. I think this one might be a little easier because we have higher health units. So we'll start with the attack over here. I want to get rid of this building early so that we don't take some extra damage whenever one of our units dies. Also, we're going to be taking some damage anyways because that's how our spikes skill is pretty much going to work. All right, so they have the unit with the double attack, so we'll now do our spikes. Then we'll actually place this ranged unit over here. Some protection behind the higher melee health. Okay, so as you can see, the spikes is pretty much getting rid of their units now. We're going to continue with summoning another high health unit down here. And then next turn, after these spikes are gone, then we'll do our totems to protect our health. All right. We're just summoning this ranged unit for extra damage, trying to get rid of their buildings as we see fit. All right, we'll summon the totems now. Like I said, trying to prevent the damage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, just doing some math. 18, 32. Oh, 27, 24. Yeah, okay. So we'll summon this unit. This unit gets an extra attack boost for units around it. So that is why we're able to destroy this with one attack. So now this is looking pretty good. None of our units are wounded. We have our totems out for damage, and we can just go for some more. Let's see, 12 over there. Now this should be good enough here too. Right, so when this unit comes out into play, it deals damage in the line for every order unit that's on our side. So that actually is 1, 2, and 3 here. So that is why we're able to destroy this unit here. I summon this unit because it gets Mental Shield whenever a unit on their side is destroyed. So in this case, it was the tree. All of these units are wounded, so that is why now we have to summon this unit with the Mental Shield. Right, so we'll have this. They're going to break the Mental Shield, could potentially destroy it. This Mental Shield will be broken. Mental Shield over here, broken, and then some extra damage going. Okay, so in response, we have combat damage, and we're just going to block here with this unit. Doesn't look like we have any nature units in our squad, so this skill here is pretty much useless. So we're just going to do the best we can in terms of defending our health. So we got that. Continuing on with the ranged unit over here, so we can get some combat damage to destroy this. And now we should have lethal in probably 2 turns because of the amount of units that we have on the field. So we can attack that. Going to get rid of the Mental Shield over here. And we just summoned another one of these units so that we can combo off more with the Mental Shields and the attack boosts that you can see here. All right, and we should be good. There we go. All right. So we are now done with the Divine Arena. It will reset in about a day or so. So we'll check back in on that. All right. Let us claim our Wish Shop stuff. Wish Shop is going on right now. It is going on for about another day or so. Every 24 hours, you get a free attempt. We picked these 3 units, the Scrap, the Charon, and the Eostre. So we're just going to open up our free chest and see what we get. Got 15 Scrap. Not too bad. We're not going to be spending any gems on this particular event because whenever you open these chests, there is a chance that you will not get a legendary here. You will get Elixir, which we don't really need, Contribution, which we already have enough of, and then Gems, which we have about 6,000, so not a really good reason to spend. So we'll check back in that. All right, let us do the journey. All right, so let me just take a look at my notes here. Okay, great. All right, so let's check out the journey that we're on right now. We are currently in level 37 of 40 to complete this island. We have the Warlord here. Let's take a look at the Warlord. So it does flight, which means that for a Warlord, that pretty much means you can't attack it unless you have another unit with flight or a ranged unit to attack it. If you have a grounded melee unit, you won't be able to deal damage. And then also at the end of the turn, it heals for 1500. So there's a lot of health boosts going on. We'll need to either increase our attack or increase our damage. All right, let's take a look at their units. So we have the reflection damage here, plus health for heal. We have another unit here that steals attack and then gets a health boost over here. Also has this damage totem when it dies. Has a unit here that gets health whenever we attack their warlord or themselves. Unit here that has heal, deals damage whenever heal is triggered, and then attack boost to units that kill a unit that are not order. Then finally, we have this Alexandria here that removes the negative effects. Has a life palace when it comes into play, so it'll actually give them health. And then a little bit of protection for this unit. And then also at the end of the turn, we'll remove negative effects and then also silence us when attacked. All right, let's go to the squad. I haven't built this deck quite yet. I took down some notes, so let me just use those. All right, so we have those. All right, we're going to switch our warlord back to Geisha. And then we're going to switch for these following units. So we got that. Filtering for melee and then nature. Where is that unit? It is... Here it is. So we had that. All right, filtering for chaos. And then the epics. Filtering for ranged. Where's the other one? We had another ranged chaos here. All right, we got this one here. And we will try this one for now. Just doing a little filtering. Got that. Yeah, we'll try this one for now. And we'll see how it goes. All right, let's get right into it. We're starting with this unit now because it has 2 summons that come into play. Those summons, known as puppets, when they are attacked, will reflect damage. And then whenever this puppet dies, it will remove negative effects from our units. All right, so we did our extra summons now. Once again, We did this extra summon so we can block for damage, and then it also deal damage at the end of the turn. We also summon this Justia over here because it'll give an attack boost to units in the row before it attacks, and then gives miss to another unit that comes into play. So in this case, we got that, got that. Might have to do something for that. Ooh, might actually just die right here. That's not good. Might switch into the Eoster because we need some extra damage dealt at the beginning. Got that. Do our destruction skill. We summon this unit because it deals damage based upon the health of one of our units. And we're also summoning this over here in the same line so that we're still getting an attack boost. All right, we're summoning this unit because it gives freeze to a unit that comes into play that is not chaos and not a building. Give us a little bit of stall there. All right, we're going to be taking lethal damage over here. So, right? Yeah, we're going to be taking lethal damage over there. All right, not a problem. We will do a little retool here. Looks like we're going to be taking a lot of damage off of reflect totems, so we'll have to get rid of those. Also want to set up for some board wipes, so let us see what we can do here. We have those. Probably take this out because we need to do some silence, and then we'll take out, I think we'll actually take out this as well. So we're going to put in some silence units. We'll filter for those so that we can get around the whole totems in case they do come up. So we'll use, let's see, we got this one here. This one's a good one. We have, we're going to be putting this unit here in because of the extra damage. I'll hold off on this one, and then we will place this unit in here as well for the extra steel. Might not need this for the extra attack, so yeah, we'll go a little heavy on the silence units so that we can get rid of those totems when we need to. Let's check back in. Right, well, we'll start with our chaos units over here. And I'm pretty sure that they don't have any non-chaos units, so this will actually help us build up the board a little bit. So we got that going. We're just summoning this unit now so that we can set up our board wipe, as it does the damage at the beginning of the turn for every unit that's on our side. All right, so we'll do our silence, or we'll do our summons, and then we'll summon our Eoster here. Next turn, we'll do our board wipe. We can. All right, so there's a board wipe. All right, and then there's that totem that comes into play when that unit dies. So in response, we will summon our... Actually, you know what? We can just take the combat damage over here. That is fine. We can still do this. We'll do this instead. So we're summoning this unit because it removes negative effects at the end of the turn. These units currently have 0 attack, so that's why we want to get rid of those. And we're not so worried about the totems anymore because whenever one of these silence units attack, it will silence the unit. So then there won't be any reflection damage coming. So we got that, got that. So we do realize now that this unit, whenever it attacks, it heals units for their side. We have our unit over here that's giving an attack boost to our units whenever it attacks, and then we'll give miss. Oh boy, this might not be good here. Some over there, over there. Yeah, we'll still summon this unit for blocking. All right, so that's fine. We do need to get rid of this unit as soon as we can because, as you see, every time we attack their warlord, they're going to heal, and then this will trigger that skill here for the extra damage. All right, so not a problem. As we said, we did need our units from before, so that is why we'll have to have the Groot in our squad. We need to keep this second line open so that we can still summon it. All right. If we didn't have our board wiped on that last turn, we would have been fine. So got to keep that in mind. Well, once again, we'll start with this. Then we'll also continue with our... Yeah, we'll continue over here. One of the bad things about those silence units is that they summon buildings in front of themselves. So we actually need those spots open so that we can summon our Groot in case another surprise like that does occur. All right, well, it's over here. Again, we're summoning this terror from below so that we can freeze most of their units for a turn. As you saw, they're mostly order units, so that is why we have this unit in our squad. Okay, they have this one over here, so it's going to be poisoning. Set up for our board wipe. And we need to draw a silence unit soon so that we can get rid of those units that deal the extra damage to us. Right, so board wipe is now good. And we're going to hold off on summoning this Lotrix because it is going to do extra summons. Those puppets are going to clog up our row here that we want to keep open so that we can do the silence to get rid of their healing skills. All right, so I saw before. Have to get rid of that. Can't silence this unit right now because it is in the way. So we'll hold off on there. Still want to do that. I almost don't want to, what do you call it? I almost don't want to summon this unit, but don't really have a choice. Gotta heal our units. All right, so that extra heal, we're going to summon our Yoster once again. We're going to silence this male unit, as you can see here, so we can get rid of all that nonsense with the damage to our units. And as you can see here, their health is also back to full health. We need to keep this Justia alive so that we can get the attack boost to our units. All right, so that being the case, we'll need to get rid of this. We'll do our summons for extra damage. See if we can get rid of this now. We'll do our root summon so that we can silence this unit so that it doesn't do the health trigger. I forget, this unit, it can't get its attack, its block because of the, what do you call, the flight that is on this warlord. Right, so those are now gone. Okay, they can still do their summons now because of that, so we're going to hold off on that. See what makes the most sense. We got some of those there, those there. Yeah, we're still summoning our tower from below so that we can freeze their attacks. We're going to let our attack moves come in over here, and then we also want to keep these spots open so that we can silence whenever the unit causes problems. All right, so extra damage coming on over there. We're summoning this Justia over here so they can give it additional miss. Probably should find a way to pick off their units, so we'll probably put in a Blair as well to get rid of these ranged units. So damage, potentially destroyed, and potentially destroyed here. They might have lethal in this line. Probably do one more attempt on this. We do have pretty much our board set up. We just need to get rid of some other units that aren't useful to us. And we will need to pick those off too. So we'll put our Blair in there to wipe out some damage. Probably could do Frost as well. So we have this. Gonna take this out because it's not gonna matter as much. Put our Frost in. Our melee unit isn't gonna matter because we can't attack with it. And we'll put in our, actually we'll take this out so that it can take this out over here. And then we'll use our building as well for some extra damage. Filtering for the building, not this one. All right, this one feels a little more comfortable. All right, so once again, we'll start with our summon to block for damage. Or at least slow down their units when they come into play. So we're doing our extra summon, and then we're summoning this unit over here. So at the end of the turn, once this unit comes into play or another order unit, it will freeze another unit and they'll set the health of 1. This unit here will deal, this unit here will deal damage at the end of the turn, so we'll be able to pick off their units one at a time. Well, we'll keep on doing the same thing. So we'll summon an order unit, frozen, end of turn, set to 1, and then extra damage over there. We still need to keep these spots open so that we can summon our Groot for silence or this other silence unit. And we're just summoning this unit now so that we can silence this unit, get rid of that totem for reflection damage, and then we can also do our setup for a board wipe. We can still hold off. We still have our damage at the end of the turn, so that's good. Actually summon our building. so that we can deal some extra damage. And right now it's pretty clean right now because we have this Justia here that's going to give miss. We're guaranteed that this unit is going to get miss, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're just choosing our times to actually do our board wipe, which is not quite yet. So we're slowly getting an attack boost to our units, and then we're also getting a health boost from these Yoasters at the end based upon the number of females. That health boost will help this unit, and then will help the damage over here. So we're going to be taking 758 damage, which, you know, oddly enough, we can still take. All right, we will continue with summoning over here. So get some more miss. We did take a lot of damage there, but we're trying to set up where we can just attack to their warlord in just one attack with all of these attacking units. Some more health. Summon this unit over here. Okay, and as you can see, their units are taking damage at the end of turn because of the building. Seeing if we set this up correctly. And the damage over there. One, two. Yeah, I think we got. All right, so we'll do our board wipe because we don't want to take 855 damage. And then we will summon another one of the. Actually, no, we'll hold off because we still need to silence if we have to. So attack boost, and there you go. Nice. All right, let us do a breakdown of the squad that we used and then talk about the strategy going on over there. All right, so we use this Justia because it gives miss to another unit on their side of the field whenever they come up. We control the number of units that were coming into play with the Frost over here. That set the health to 1, and then we had our extra summon with our Warlord to deal the damage and get rid of them at the end of the turn. So that helped us control the number of miss that we give. We have an attack boost that is given to our units in the row, equal to 50% of their health. The health was increased by the Yoaster over here, which gives plus health to our female units, or for every female unit on our side, including them. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 female units. So that is why we had that over there. Was there anything else? Yeah, also gets a health boost for every order unit on our side of the field. So another 5 over here. So just a little bit of combos over there. All right, we have this Alexandria. When it comes into play, it has this life balance that gives us health. And then we can also remove negative effects at the end of the turn. So there was some attack steal that their warlord did have. We got rid of that. And then we also had the silence the attack enemy that allowed us to stop the Morgenstern. That's the one that deals damage whenever heal occurs. And then also those totems that can reflect a lot of damage. All right, so we have this Yoaster here that silences the male enemies. So that actually stops again the Morgan von Stern. And then also gets rid of, is there another, which was the other male unit? Oh yeah, the Tortoise, that's the ranged nature unit that gives health whenever we attack them or their warlord. As I mentioned before, they have the health boost to female all units for every female unit on our side, and the damage at the beginning of the turn. Our basic strategy was to set up our board, wait for a good time to do a board wipe, and then attack for victory. Also has flight, so it has a little bit of evasion as well. All right, we have our Frost. Whenever an order unit, including themselves, come into play, it will freeze a random unit. When that random unit is frozen at the end of the turn, it will set their health to 1. That combos with our summons, and then it also combos with our buildings that can deal damage at the end. We put this Blair in. We didn't get a chance to use them, but if we didn't draw our buildings, we could at least set their range units health to 5, and then we can then attack them from there. Also can give our units mental shield. Our units weren't really attacked so much because we had the Justia, but that is okay. We can get some protection if needed. Finally, these two units over here. Oh, sorry, we have this building. I forgot about that. This building, so it has a lot of health, so allow us to protect our health, and then also has the damage at the end of the turn, and then spikes to a random nature unit that can combo with this Groot, which is a nature unit over. Where's the symbol? Oh, it's over here. Can't really see it. It's this wolf head. So we had that. We had this terror from below. This helps us out a lot in terms of stopping their units from attacking for a turn. So as you see here, freezing them for a turn if they're not chaos or building. All of their units were either order or nature, so that is why we put that in there. Finally, we had this Groot. When it comes into play, it silences units in the line. That helps us to silence multiple units, so not just the one unit in front of it, but other units behind it. And then also, it's good spot removal, so that if it does have protection behind other units, we can silence them. So yeah, that was pretty much that for the breakdown of the squad. Let us check out the next boss over here. Faithful Guard Marvin. Sure. All right, so whenever one of their units appears, it will get an additional Pierce for 100. And then whenever Pierce triggers on their side, it will deal 300 to us. Okay. So it looks like we'll have to avoid Pierce, and a lot of their units will have Pierce. Okay, taking a look at their units. They have a unit that does silence whenever it's attacked, give plus health to Warlord, and then gets a health boost. Unit that here has extra summons, and those extra summons, whenever they die, it will silence the unit that kills it. And then at the end of the turn, give plus health for every ally rabbit. I have a unit over here that steals attack, extra attack, and then this attack deals damage to units behind. It kind of acts like Pierce, so I'm not sure if it'll trigger it off, but we'll assume it does, just for calculations. We have some more attack steal over there, and then it has invulnerability for a turn, meaning that it won't be able to take damage. And then when it dies, it summons 5 instant kill runes. Okay. And then we have this Tortoise over here, has the health boost whenever we attack them or their warlord, and then an attack boost over here whenever a nature unit dies. Looks like it's all nature, so we can actually keep our terror from below. And let's do a little preview and see if we can actually get it through here, especially since we know that our setup is going to be the same. All right, so let's go. I guess we didn't take a look at their buildings. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So attack boost, damage to units, health to allies, attack boost, and then negative attack. All right. We will start with our flight unit over. Actually, we're not going to start with our flight unit. The reason why is because we know that a majority of their units are male. So we're going to actually let them come out into play, and then we'll silence them accordingly. We summoned our building over here to protect our health. Has good stats. I got that over there. All right, we'll do our summon to block for damage. And we will also... We're going to be summoning this over... I guess we'll summon this over here. If we take lethal damage anyways, it's going to be from here, so don't have to really be concerned about that. We're at 2 health. All right. Could do that. Trying to be a little bit greedy because we need to have some sort of board here. We can block for this damage over here. Okay, we'll do our board wipe. As you can see, all those death runes coming onto play. And we will summon... You want some options. But we do need to block for damage. So we're summoning our tower from below so that we can actually stop their units from coming out to attack us. We do need to gain some health. And they have these totems over here. All right, problem. Oh no, it's gonna have pierce, and that's gonna deal some 300 damage to us. So, oh wait, no, we can do our we'll summon, do our freeze, and then the damage at the end of the turn. And since this is a melee unit, if it does destroy something, we'll gain some health back. Let the board wipe over there. Okay, I didn't know that they have a My 10. This unit, when it comes into play, it deals damage based upon the health of one of our units. So that could actually backfire when we have this large health unit, because then it could potentially wipe out all of our units. Might have to take that out. So we got that, got that. Never miss, or block. And then they have a reflection totem as well. All right. Don't know if that Blair is going to help us that much. Got that over there. Yeah, we're going to lose because of this unit with the double attack. So not a problem. That was the preview. But we know what we're facing, and we know now how to pretty much counter it. So we'll check back in later on that. Actually, you know what? We'll make the adjustment now. I think we can get rid of them. So we have that, has that, Pierce over there. So this is not going to be useful. We'll put in our Madam Agony or Transform. I could have Attack Steal. We have Bleeding, Poison. Do that. Where's our Madam Agony? Madam Agony is over here. Keep our units alive. Probably going to not use our building. Yeah, we won't use our building. We'll do this over here. Put an Aphrodite for extra damage. All right, we'll give it one more attempt over here. Right, so once again, we'll start with our tower from below. All right, we'll continue on with our route over here. Just want to stop this this totem from giving the extra health, and then also stopping this unit because it doesn't have that pierce anymore. That's going to double attack. Give this some protection. Really need to draw our Yoster now so that we can silence this unit, and then also set up for some board wipes. All right, so that's fine. Could do that. Could do that. Summon over here. Also summon this over here to transform and get rid of this unit, so no more double attack. Do the board wipe now. Gain some health back. And then remove the negative effects on this Justia over here. But we're still going to be taking a lot of damage, so... Oh, and they run Tengus, even better. Alright, so the key thing right now is just to avoid taking a lot of damage off of the Pierce, and then also have a board set up so that we can block for damage. Seems pretty straightforward. So we'll check back in on that at a later time. All right, let's do some league and then we shall finish this off here. So we still have this warlord over here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll both improve our journey deck and then also beat the league at the same time. Skipping some of the longer battles that we know are going to occur. The Jimmy battle, even though they don't really have any, what do you call them? They don't really have any blockers aside from the block runes. We don't want to take too much time doing that. Or summoning this unit, freezing their unit at the end of the turn, and then the damage over here will destroy that ranged unit. For those who are just tuning in now, so what we've done this morning is do some Dark Tower. We then did the Divine Arena. We beat one of the Journey bosses, and then we're currently doing League. Might switch back to the Journey boss after, but for now, I think we're going to be all set. Let's just do that over there, there, and we'll do this here. Wow, we are taking so much damage. I can't believe it. I was absolutely surprised. I thought we were going to be doing our damage at the beginning of the turn, but they had that strict there with the extra damage and then the pierce. And then at the end of the turn, the extra damage to our unit. Going to be skipping the ogre battles because they usually take a couple turns. And now we have a warlord here with a lower health. So in League right now, we're in League 1, and the range of opponents that you'll see are anyone within. So you'll have people with health as low as 200 to people with health as high as 1800. And in order for us to either change our league ranking in either going up a league or down a league, we'll have to be either top 50 or top 300. 277 is pretty much smack dab in the middle towards the end. So we don't have to worry so much about ranking up there. So we'll do our board wipe. And we'll actually do this here too. Stop that mental shield and then stop the flight. Should have lethal in 2 turns, from what I understand. I'm just summoning this unit to silence the male units, which all of these units were. And then also at the beginning of the turn, it will deal damage based upon the number of units that we have on our side. So we'll be able to get rid of these. All right, and summoning this unit for extra damage. There we go. 400. Oh, it was off of this. Okay. All right. 6 more. Just doing our extra summons right now, and then doing this unit that freezes their units for a turn. Most of the units in their squad for this particular warlord will be order, so we'll have a free shot at attacking. But in this case, they summon their own Yoster that silences our male units, which are actually both over here. So let's see, we got that. Nah, this is fine. We summon this unit because it does damage at the beginning of the turn to units with full health, except other buildings. So that is why we summon this over here, setting up for a board wipe if we can. Still need to deal damage over to this here. This building over here gives mental shield to one of their units, so that's why this unit was protected. We summon this Justia because it gives miss to another unit that comes into play. And so when these rocker boys with the splash come into play, they will give miss to these other units over here. That's gonna die. Wait one more turn. We'll do a board setup with the Yoster to silence these units, and then also go for a board wipe. Then we couldn't have just summoned the Yoster right off the bat because these two units will then attack and destroy this. And I don't think we can't even do our board wipe anymore because we don't have any other units. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yikes. Okay, well, it looks like this squad that we have is good for Journey, but it is terrible for League. What a twisted turn of events. All right, so they have their silence over here, and then the heals. The heals shouldn't matter that much just because they have relatively low health from the start. And we have a unit over here that also deals extra damage based upon the health of one of our units. This could work out. There you go. It picked the health of this unit, so that is why we dealt that extra lethal damage. All right, getting the wind chest. Moving on. Skipping these ogre battles. Nice. Okay, taking a look at their warlord, so damage to all our units. They have an extra order summons over here, and then attack boost to order units. They have this unit over here that lowers the attack of order units whenever they attack. That also has the extra damage, but for now, we'll summon our unit just to silence this, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, we're doing our extra summon now, and we're also doing our silence here. Next turn, we'll go for the board wipe, assuming one of these units is still alive, because we need at least one to calculate for the damage done by this unit. Alright, so that is good. We'll do our board wipe. We'll do our extra summon, or normal summon over there. Combat damage, and then the damage from the skill here. So this unit right now, it gives miss to another random unit on their side of the field for a turn. We're only doing this to stop multiple summons once they occur. The only problem is if they summon something, just one unit, it will be able to attack this, as you can see there. This is fine. Just trying to go for the extra damage now. So at this point, whenever they summon a unit, this will get miss, and then we're guaranteed to at least stop this point of damage. And we'll do our destruction skill, and we'll summon this over here. And there you go. That is why we have Aphrodite in this deck, so that we can deal that extra damage in case we are blocked for damage. Okay, we have this unit that deals poison damage to 2 of our units, and then poison damage to our warlord. Gonna have to pick that off somehow. Got that damage, and we'll continue with this here. So this unit had vampirism. It allowed us to deal that extra damage, needed to destroy the building, and then we just did the combat damage to destroy this here. And we're getting this unit out as soon as possible so it can deal its extra skill damage at the end of the turn. We summon this unit because it silences units in the line. It ends up silencing this shard that gives the mental shield to this unit, so that once this unit does attack, we'll be able to get rid of that instead of having to silence it and then still worry about the divine shield. Over there, damage. So we summon this unit because it silences their melee units, also gives this unit a little bit of protection, and then also sets up our board wipe for next turn, assuming one of these units are still alive. So there goes the board wipe. Then we'll just summon for attack. We're going to summon this over here to give this unit a little bit of attack boost. And next turn we should have lethal. All right, we're just going to skip this to not change the board state. Don't want to do any death triggers. Claiming the wind chest and moving on. All right, got 2 more, so let's go. So we're doing our normal summon over here, and with our extra summon over here to deal some extra damage in the line, then using our building, or are using our unit to deal extra damage at the beginning of the, well, at the end of the turn rather. So we summon this unit over here to destroy the crystal, the shard that gives the mental shield to this unit. Then we can attack this unit normally. Setting up for our board wipe, which we do. So we'll get rid of those. And then we will just summon for attack. And this should be lethal here. There we go. All right. All right, one more. So do our summon, and then we're actually going to, we'll summon this over here. We're summoning this over here for a couple of reasons. One is that we can spread out the damage so that if one of our lanes are blocked, we can still deal some extra damage. We're also putting this on the top over here so that we can have multiple units be affected by the attack boost over here. Okay, just blocking for some extra damage, and then also destroying this ranged unit over here. So this unit does have evasion, so it prevents our ranged units from attacking it. But this unit deals the damage at the end of the turn. It will allow us to then do our destruction skill to get rid of this unit so that we can start attacking again. But we should also have lethal too, assuming that not only even if they block this line here. Alright, so we'll just do our destruction skill, no death triggers, and just some extra damage. Skip that. And there you go. Right, so that was League. And yeah, just do a quick recap of what we did. So we did the Dark Tower, got a couple of wins. We have 3 more wins that we need to do. We'll get an attempt in 42 minutes and then every 12 hours. So we'll be able to check back in tomorrow for that. Have about a day or so. We also did the Divine Arena, which we did on the Trixy and the White Shaman side. They'll reset in about a day. We did our League, which they'll come back in a couple of hours for the chests. Did the Wish Shop. We'll get our 24-hour free attempt in about 23 hours. And then we did some Journey, which we're currently on level 38 of 40. So we'll do some more Journey stuff offline and we'll upload it as soon as we can. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, or concern, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The content and streaming schedule is right up there in the white box, so check it out there. Please follow on Twitch for the live stream, and then like and subscribe on YouTube for other videos. We do have, as I mentioned before, we're going to have the Journey videos. We're going to have some world events, and we'll also have Dark Tower, all the stuff that you can think of for Mighty Party. If you don't see anything that you are looking for, just send a message, and I'll make the video as soon as I can. All right, this is Happy Splasher, signing off.